There are few people in history who redefined how we see the universe, and did it without even moving a muscle. This is the extraordinary story of Stephen Hawking, the man who turned the impossible into the incredible. Early life. Stephen William Hawking was born on January 8, 1942, in Oxford, England, exactly 300 years after the death of Galileo Galilei. As a child, Stephen was curious, playful, and loved to take things apart. Sometimes he couldn't put them back together. He wasn't a top student, but he had an extraordinary ability to think differently. At the age of 17, he entered the University of Oxford to study physics, and later went on to Cambridge for his Ph.D. in cosmology, the study of the universe itself. But at just 21 years old, life took a sharp turn. Stephen was diagnosed with a rare disease called ALS, or motor neuron disease. Doctors gave him only 2 years to live. Yet, instead of giving up, he started asking bigger questions. He said, "My expectations were reduced to 0. Everything after that was a bonus." And from that moment, his mind began its journey to the stars. Hawking's greatest gift to science was his ability to see beyond limits. He studied black holes, those mysterious monsters of the cosmos that swallow light itself. And then came his most famous discovery, Hawking radiation. He showed that black holes aren't completely black, they slowly leak energy and can eventually evaporate. This was revolutionary. It connected quantum mechanics and Einstein's theory of relativity, two worlds that rarely agree. He also helped explain how the universe began, through what's now called the Hawking model of the Big Bang. As his body grew weaker, technology became his voice. A speech-generating computer allowed him to share his thoughts with the world, in that now iconic robotic tone. He wrote the best-selling book, A Brief History of Time, making complex science understandable to everyone. It sold over 25 million copies and turned him into a global icon, a true rock star scientist. Fun facts. Here are some fascinating facts about Stephen Hawking. He once experienced zero gravity on a special NASA flight, even though he was wheelchair-bound. He appeared on The Simpsons, Star Trek, and The Big Bang Theory. Despite his paralysis, his mind remained one of the most powerful in human history. And he proved that imagination can be stronger than any physical limitation. The final years. Stephen Hawking passed away on March 14, 2018, the same date as Einstein's birthday. It was as if the universe itself wanted to keep symmetry between its greatest minds. Even in his final years, he continued to ask deep questions. Where did we come from? Where are we going? Is there a beginning or an end of time? His work continues to inspire scientists, dreamers, and everyone who dares to think different. Stephen Hawking taught us that the universe is vast, mysterious, and beautiful. But perhaps his greatest lesson was about human spirit. He showed that even when the body breaks, the mind can touch the stars. Look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Stephen Hawking. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing science stories. Channel name, Science and Me.